Cross degrees.
And when we're saying all this steering linkages, that we're having to point it out. So all this is the linkages, right? All that.
Got three pieces.
3 pieces of the pitman arm, the torque, right? And then okay. All right. So and then the steering gearbox, which is what you just said, the not crack, leaking, all bolts are present. Gearbox. All right. Now the shock absorber.
Shock absorber right
Here, what he kept dinging earlier.
Yes, that's shock absorber.
All right. The shock absorber is not bent, not leaking, no missing parts. All bolts are present and tight. No shiny threads or rust trails to indicate looseness. So all of them are tight. No shiny threads and not loose. All right. We don't have to do the frame like you said here. We can do it in the back, but since we're here, the frame is not cracked or warped. No illegal welds. No broken welds.
No broken wheels.
All right. Front and rear spring hanger should be
right here.
Yeah.
These right here.
Yeah. So
These the hangers right here.
that's
You got one in the front too.
That's the front one right here. The front
these the
spring,
hangers.
and then that's the rear spring
hanger.
hanger. All right. Spring hangers are.
Spring hangers. These spring hangers.
You're right. Not cracked or missing. Properly greased. All bolts are present and tight. No shiny threads or rust trails to indicate looseness. All right. The leaf springs.
These springs right
These
here.
right?
2 of them.
There's 2 of them. Can't have more than 1/4 of them missing according to the book, or scissored, but they're not asking for that out here. All they're asking for is they're not cracked, they're not broken, or no parts missing, no scissoring. Well, it does say no scissoring. And then we've got the U-bolts.
U-bolts right here.
Things.
Turn them up, they look like a U.
Yeah. They're not cracked, not broken, not missing. All bolts are present and tight. No shiny threads, which would be on the bottom down there, or rust trails to indicate looseness. All right. The brake air hose, which would be this guy right here.
Yep.
No leaks, not rubbing, not dry rotted.
Yep.
All right. The brake chamber is this thing.
It's right here. Yep.
All right. It's tight. It's not leaking. All clamps. I guess these guys here and this. Oh, let's see, brake chamber. No, and clamps and bolts are present and tight. No shiny threads or rust trails to indicate looseness. The slack adjuster and the push rod.
Adjuster in the front right there.
So this is the slack adjuster.
Yeah, with the screw in.
And then this is the push rod.
Yeah, the push rod going down through.
So, oh no, this is the push rod.
Yeah.
And this is the slack adjuster, which runs into the brake drum.
Yes.
All right, so push rod, slack adjuster. All right, so can you see that over there?
Oh, you good.
No, I was telling that.
Yep.
Okay. No more than 1 inch play when you pull it this way, but you couldn't do that without the brakes released on it and the wheels chalked. Properly greased, all pins are present and tight, no shiny threads or rust trails indicate looseness. All right, and then the brake drum, which is in
right
here.
Yes.
There's no, not cracked, not dangerously worn thin, no oil or debris, no parts missing, and there's no lip right here, right? That's where he said that lip would be.
Yes.
And then the brake shoes.
Brake shoes
which
in
is
here.
in here,
Yes.
which rub on the brake drum.
Yes.
So you got the brake shoes and then the brake drum.
Yeah.
There's no less than a quarter inch of thickness.
Yes.
There's not oil all over them. They're not worn unevenly. No parts missing. The springs are present and the springs are not broken. So there's the springs.
Right here.
Yeah. Can you see the springs? Yes. That thing right there. Yeah. Now we got brake shoes. All right, now we're out here on the tire. ICD.
ICD
is the inflation.
Inflation no more than 430 seconds.
So you have to point down here and say that you would this is where you would check your air pressure with the tire gauge right here.
Should be metal.
Right, and the valve stem should be metal. All right, the air gauge, and then the condition. No dry rot, cuts or bulges, unevenly worn across the top, no nails or screws in the tire.
Should be 430 seconds.
And it should be 430 seconds deep within the tire tread. All right, going to the rim. There's no cuts, welds, it's not cracked, no parts missing. The lug nuts, he said there's 10 of them.
10 of them, all
Right.
lug nuts and contact.
They're all present, no shiny threads or rust trails to indicate looseness. And then the hub cap, which he said this is grease packed, so the grease is at a proper level, it's not leaking, and there's no bolts missing. And then what do we got here? So now we're on the B, right? The mirror bracket.
Mirror bracket.
There's that guy, the mirror bracket. It's not bent.
Broken.
All the bolts are present and tight. No shiny threads or rust trails to indicate looseness. The mirrors are clean.
Not broken, cracked.
Not cracked. No missing parts. No illegal stickers. Well, might be we'll have to report that to maintenance.
You just assume it.
Yeah, right.
It's good.
We'll have to get it right up here. All right. The door, let's see, there's no holes in the doors.
Oh no, I see a bullet hole.
Right. The hinges are present here. Let me get mine right here at the door. The hinges are present. The door seal, this rubber piece around here, is not dry rotting or torn. The door opens and closes properly. The hinges properly is securely mounted. All right. Did I lock it? Oh, okay. All right. So from the door, we go to the steps. There's no debris to cause the fail. Yeah, I'm getting the habit of doing that. I gotta get my headlamp out here. No cracks. All bolts are present and tight. I guess there's anything else. So there's bolts back there that hold the steps on. There's bolts there.
Got some right here too.
Yeah. Okay, there's some bolts right here. There's some bolts that hold it on back there and over there. Just make sure you don't know. All right. Marker lights.
Marker lights are here.
These ones, they're not broken. They're amber in color. They're not cracked. No water inside. They're not missing. They're not faded or not loose. Of course, that one's missing, but they should be orange. All right, not faded or loose. So it's marked lights. All right, and then in our box here, we've got the 3 pieces of safety equipment.
Triangles.
You got 3 triangles. You either got to have 3 liquid burning flares, or you got to have 6 fusees.
Yeah.
Then you
and
have to
fire
have
extinguishers.
and a fire extinguisher that shows in the green.
Yes.
And then you have to have spare electrical fuses if your truck has fuses.
Yes.
All right, and then let's see, extra fuses through reflective counter. And then the fuel tank.
Fuel tank.
All right, so there's no leaks on the ground down there. There's no illegal welds. All right, no illegal welds. The straps are not broken and are tight. The insulation under the straps is present. That rubber stuff under. See the rubber under there? Yeah. So the rubber, that's the insulation that's on it. I guess that's probably to prevent static buildup, right?
Yes. Cap.
All right, let's see. The fuel cap is in place, and there's a grommet on the inside of this fuel cap that's rubber, except this one's missing it.
You're supposed to open or not?
Well, I mean, I'm just opening it because the one on my truck at work, it's got a rubber seal on there, but I'm assuming maybe not all of them do. I don't know.
Most of them supposed to have a little rubber gasket or something around to keep it.
Right, because it says
gas from
fuel
coming out.
cap gasket is in place, not dry rotted, broken, or damaged, and not leaking. All right.
Sometimes with that thing on your fuel light will come on too.
This truck's probably so old, been opened and closed so many times. That gasket's.
I had one go Trinidad and go buy a whole other truck. Made the fuel light come on. So then I just said the gas pedal.
So the marker lights, this marker light, and the clearance light, the marker light.
These are it's among these ones.
So those are marker
Oh,
lights.
the same thing as this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, right. So there's a marker light and a turn signal. So this is actually, so the way I was taught is that if it's a clearance light, that it's up high. If it's a marker light, it's down low. But he said you can clarify. You don't have to clarify either one. You can call it a clearance or a marker light. So, but this marker light also happens to be a turn signal as well. Because we're really still on the tractor right before we hit the trailer. Because C is when we start to the actual trailer itself, right? All right, so we're on the marker.
Yeah.
We're on the marker turn signal light. It's amber in color. It's clean. It's not cracked. There's no water inside it. It's not missing, not faded nor loose. All right, then we got the airlines. Let's see what the airlines. The lines, the springs are not broken or missing. They're not kinked, not faded, not leaking, not dragging. So there's the springs. They slide around on there, and then the lines they're not supposed to be discolored, no cuts, leaks, you know, or what does it say so I can get this right? Not kinked, not faded, not leaking, not dragging.
Not dragging, I guess.
So they're not hitting the catwalk, right?
Hit the catwalk.
All right, and then we got, that was the airlines. Now we got the Glad hands, and he
Glad
says you don't
hands.
have to take them off, but you know the rubber seal inside there.
That will come off easy.
Yes.
Washers not dry rotted or cracked, not leaking. The electrical cord, which is this guy.
Next card.
All right. The safety latch, which is this thing, is in place to keep it from pulling out. So if that wasn't in there, you could pull it out like that. But with that thing on there, it won't pull out. All right, let's see. Spring is present, not broken, not faded, no wire showing, and he said actually that one was, so that one would have to be replaced. No wire showing, and it's not dragging. The catwalk, there's no debris, no to cause falls, no cracks. All bolts are present and tight, no shiny threads or rust trails to indicate